Student Times Video Edition present Teacher Talk.
Hey, my name is Sasha and this is Gedre.
Hi!
And for the first video from our Student Times Video Edition project, we're going to be interviewing Dr. Paul Almonte. My guest here is Dr. Paul Almonte, who recently came to LCC. So, what drew you to LCC and to Lithuania?
Well, I've been to LCC before in the summer. I've taught a few summer classes as a volunteer, and one of the main reasons I wanted to come to LCC was that my mother is Lithuanian, and I didn't know much about her. She emigrated from the country during World War II and came to the United States. Sadly, she passed away relatively young. I was in college, and my brother was a teenager. And we didn't get to know much about her past and about her country and culture. And so about 5-6 years ago, I had an opportunity to come to LCC and come to Lithuania. It was the first time I was in the country. Meet people, meet some distant relatives, but just to get a little feel for what my mother's home country and what she might have experienced here. And then, of course, to work with the students at LCC. It's very interesting to work with students from very different backgrounds and very different experiences. So I was excited to do that, and now I'm here on a Fulbright grant from the U.S. government, which allows me to be here the whole semester, for a whole teaching semester. And I'm just excited to be here at the university.
Thank you. And what are some of your impressions about LCC and Klaipėda?
Well, I've always enjoyed the students. My impressions when I came here, they were short term because I was here only in the summer. But I found that the students and the faculty and the staff and the people around Klaipėda and Lithuania were very nice and always welcoming. And that was, again, one of the other reasons why I wanted to come for a longer period of time, to get to know people. Been here now in the country about 3 weeks. Very excited. My classes, all the students seem very engaged, very willing to talk to me about literature, to talk about their experiences and to learn. And I'm also very excited because, again, a lot of the staff later in the semester, I'm going to get to go visit my mother's hometown, Marijampolė. One of the staff members here, Vida, is from there, and we're going to be able to take a trip. So everybody's been very welcoming, from the students, from the expat people like Mindaugas, and all the way up to Dr. Wall. It's just been very welcoming experience for me here.
Okay, let's move on to some questions about you,
Okay.
like interesting things.
Okay.
So what kinds of hobbies or activities do you like to do?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that I most like to do is exercise. I used to run an awful lot. I used to run marathons and the like. And I like to play a lot of basketball, which I'm sure the young folks here at the gym will make me look bad, but I'm looking forward to that, getting to the gym. And I like hiking in the outdoors. I know you'll laugh that it's a little cold out, but on the weekends I walk through the forest here and really like to just to be outdoors. I do a hiking and camping when I can. Back in the States, and also like to listen to music. So when I'm in the States, go to a lot of concerts and things. But mostly like to stay active, exercising, running, and hiking and camping.
So another question is, what kind of music do you like?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Realistically, there is, and I don't think you guys will know this or care, but I'm a big fan of Bob Dylan. American folks. Well, okay, then good. That's terrific. And I've seen him about almost 60 times in concert. since 1987 till now, and I have the opportunity also to write articles on him and music, so that's fun. But mostly Dylan. I like. Right now, I'm listening to a lot of jazz, classic jazz, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, things like that, and hopefully we'll get back to what is it, Kirpay, the jazz club here, and hear that. But again, it's mostly Dylan, and then mostly some jazz that I can listen while I'm reading or grading papers or something like that.
Thank you. So another one. What's your favorite food or the most exotic food you've tried?
Okay. Favorite food is easy. It's pork spare ribs. Now, two kinds. Chinese pork spare ribs, nothing beats that. But I also like to make barbecue pork. I like to make my own pulled pork and the like. The most exotic food, the strangest food I've ever eaten, I would have said shaltabarski, but I had that when I was a little boy with my grandmother. But realistically, it's eating bugs. A few years ago, we were at a museum, kind of a kids museum, and they had an exhibit where they were saying, hey, come eat bugs, and none of the kids wanted to eat bugs, so of course I walked up and took a bug and started chewing on it. So, but for real food, it would definitely be pork.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you were a superhero, what kind of powers would you have? And why?
Well, the easy answer would be the superpower hero to make every student do their reading and be on class on time and just love the poetry of British literature every moment of every day. I don't think any superhero can achieve that. But I think the answer for me is less the traditional superhero, and I'm actually a very big fan of Doctor Who. I don't know if you know, more of a science fiction kind of thing, and I love that show, and I like the idea that this figure can go back and forth in time, meet historical figures, of course, have adventures and save the Earth and those kinds of things, but also just travel in the past. It's traveling to meet famous figures, artists, politicians, real heroes. And then go into the future and kind of imagine a world. So if it was anyone, it would be the time-traveling power of Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you have a Facebook page? And why and where not?
I don't. I guess I'm trying to stay off the grid as much as one can. Had that for a little while back in the States. My students taught me how to do it and had fun for a little while connecting with some people, but very quickly realized that's really not for me. Love communicating with people, but mostly with email and kind of that kind of thing. So no, I don't. I'm not as technologically connected as maybe you guys are.
Okay, and maybe anything else that you want us to know about you?
Well, I tell you, I think the main thing is I am terribly excited to be here with you guys. It's important to me. Maybe not just because I was, obviously because of my connection to the country and what I've learned, but just the notion that I'm always terribly interested in working with you as students, learning from you, and that's a great, a real excitement for me. So thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was it.